Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of
My Waifu
and Me, and on today's episode we are bringing you another amazing manga haul. Yes, we bought a lot of manga, which I feel like after last month's massive 100 plus manga haul, we totally thought oh, we're gonna have a really slow haul next month, we're not gonna find much, but in classic fashion we have wiped out every half-price books in the local area, and we have loaded up a bunch of manga that we never expected to buy, and that's sort of how we landed here, just like every month. So, yes, we're back again, this time with even more what I would consider rare. Okay, I don't know if people want to use the word rare. These are some manga volumes you might not see in other people's collections, but what we're going to do for this time around is we're actually going to go through some stuff that we kind of thought maybe we're seeing a lot of other of our friends hauling. We're going to kind of speed through that part. We're going to get through those ones a little bit quicker. Then we want to go a little more in depth about the stuff that maybe we're not seeing some of our friends haul here on YouTube. So we're going to kind of separate it a little bit. We tried to kind of separate out the haul a little bit. Doesn't mean we're not going to talk about every series, but we are going to kind of do that little separation for you all. So that way you at least know, oh, these people are... Yeah, obviously we buy a lot of the same stuff that all of our friends buy. That's all I'll say. We buy a lot of the same stuff. We buy a lot of the same because we collect and read a lot of the same stuff. So Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and get started on some of this stuff. I'm going to start out with a new one that I actually just picked up. This is a brand new volume that I found and I thought looked really interesting. It's called My Brain is Different, Stories of ADHD and Other Developmental Disorders. For those of you that don't know, I actually have ADHD, and I thought this looked really interesting because of that. And so I wanted to check this out. I think it's just a one-off. So I almost said series. It's not a series. I believe it's just a one-off. So I'm going to check it out. I have not read it yet, but definitely wanted to check it out when I saw it.
Next up, Spy Family Volume 7. I think it's, Donovan? Damien. No, Damien is the son.
He looks like a Damien.
He looks like a Damien. He looks like Damian Wayne, honestly. Mm-hmm. As you know, Spy Family has an anime coming out right now. Definitely enjoying that, but as per usual, we're picking this up as it comes out. And
make sure, actually get in the comment, tell us, do you guys say the X or not? Do you say Spy X Family or just Spy Family? I know it's probably just Spy Family, but I remember once I accidentally said, I didn't even accidentally say, I said Spy X Family on a video. Someone tried to correct me in the comments, even though I directly corrected myself right after. So do you say Spy Family or Spy X Family? We're curious.
Call them out.
Alright, so I'm going to do two of these really quick. These are kind of an interesting haul because they are what one might call a nasty man part of our haul.
Nasty?
And so these are a little bit nasty.
Haul.
So as you guys might know from my other collection haul videos and stuff, I do collect interspecies reviewers. I'm actually not going to show the cover on this one, sorry. I'm just going to show the spine. I can't even get it to... Oh, is the back fine? Oh, perfect. Yeah, here's the back of Interspecies Reviewers.
The back looks innocent.
This is Comic Anthology Volume 2 for Interspecies Reviewers. This is a series that's about literally some dudes who travel from brothel to brothel of different fantasy women, and check them out and review them. It's very funny if you're into comedy. We picked this up new from Right Stuff. And then I also found another sort of Nasty Man series, one that if you've heard me talk recently, you know that I recently read a series called Gantz, whatever you want to call it. And this is from the same author. We both enjoyed one of his other series called Inuyashiki. And I found these at half-price books. You're going to be able to see here for $6.99 each. And that is Gigant Volumes 1 through 6. So I was able to pick all of those up. This series is weird as hell. I read the first 3 volumes. It is legitimately about a prawn star actress. And she is in a sort of a sci-fi situation and can grow to the size of like a kaiju, and ends up sort of protecting the Tokyo from an online message board. It's very odd. I am not caught all the way up with what I have here. I think, I only read the first 3 volumes. It's weird, but that's kind of Oku's thing. So if you like that, check it out. This is still in print, in publication. I think 7 just came out, and 8 comes out next. I think there's only 11 of these, or 10, something like that. So for $6.99 each, had to grab them now, and we'll pick up the rest of the series as it comes out.
I guess since we're on the nasty train, we also picked up Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. I actually told Jerry to grab this. It was in a case at half price.
Hey, yo!
It is $6.50. But our good friend Tibby, who you've seen on the channel, says that he enjoys this series. And it actually kind of looks like, it's etchy, but kind of cute, too. So that's why I wanted to try it. And it is Ghost Ship. So we'll see.
7C's acting up for that one, dog.
We'll see. So just pick that up.
And I think this one's 20 volumes or something.
Yeah, it's actually kind of long.
It's over though, so that's good. Next, we have the newest volume of a series we've been picking up for a while, which is Hinamatsuri. This is the newest volume, just volume 15. It just came out. check that out. Pretty sweet. I believe there's 18 of these. Someone's going to correct me in the comments. Maybe it's 17. I don't know. They're almost done. And so I'm trying to get the rest of these. It's a really funny series about a psychic girl and a Yakuza guy that end up sort of in a... I don't want to use the word father-son situation, just in a cohabitation situation.
Father-son?
Or father-daughter, Jesus Christ. Father-daughter situation. More of a cohabitation situation. It's a very funny comedy series. And then we have the latest volume of Chainsaw Man, Volume 10, with the beautiful Makima on the cover. I'm really excited to finally have this set complete in physical form. We both read it digitally and completed it long before the physical started printing. Excited to have it physically, and Volume 10 is just one away from the finale. So Volume 11 is next, and then we're done with it.
There is a live stream of Jerry reading the entire series in one night.
Yes.
Yes.
I did do that.
Just throwing it out there.
Yes.
As you know, we're collecting Komi, so here's Volume 18. Jerry and I did talk about it a little bit the other day, that maybe, I mean, I'm the one who's really been reading it, but maybe we're getting a little tired of it.
Yeah.
It's long, and it's kind of repetitive, so we'll see. And it's still going in Japan, too, so that's pretty, I mean, it's definitely gonna be like past 25 volumes at this point.
I think it's already past that. So maybe it's like 23 in Japan or something.
It might be. Yeah. If you know, leave a comment about it. But I guess we'll just keep collecting it for now. But yeah, volume 18. Komi looking cute as always.
Heck yeah. So next I'm going to do some special One Piece stuff, which is that as of this latest volume, volume 99, One Piece is now right close to 100 volumes printed here in English. And for those of you that don't know, volumes 99, 100, and 101 have a connecting cover. We don't actually own all of One Piece, so don't think that we have the other 98 volumes. We don't. I mainly just wanted to get the collectible covers. I plan to buy the box sets at some point in the future. They continue to restock. Those of you who don't overpay for those, plan to get all the box sets at some point. Just haven't pulled the trigger yet. I've been reading One Piece. We've both been reading One Piece for so long that, you know, it's mainly a collectability thing. So I wanted to get the 99, 100, and 101 covers. I actually have the Japanese ones of these, which I've actually hauled here on the channel. But now the English covers are coming out, so I'm going to grab those. And then also, for those of you that don't know, I'm not going to spoil it. This was a very special One Piece chapter in this Shonen Jump issue. So this is a Japanese Shonen Jump issue that I got. They sell them at our local Kinokuniya every week. And yeah, this was a really important volume issue. There's a very important chapter in this issue for those of you that are caught up. This was chapter 1044, and Luffy was on the cover. Really cool, sort of watercolor print look on the cover as well. So very awesome Shonen Jump cover to add to my One Piece. I buy a lot of the One Piece Shonen Jump covers when I see them, so.
All right. The restock finally happened for Kaguya-sama.
Restock!
Love is War. So we got 1 and 2. Pick that up. You know, we had been debating for a while, let's just watch the anime, but, you know, I want to try the manga too. I like to double dip, okay?
Yes.
I like to double dip. I like to read and watch the anime, okay? So I'm excited to start this. I've heard great things about it. That's a good romance seinen, so definitely excited to try this out.
Right. And yes, even though in Japan it's a seinen, in the US they recategorized it as a shonen series.
They did.
It's an interesting one for sure, but it's definitely one that has a lot of popularity, so we're both excited to finally try it. I love the Chica dance, so you know, you can't go wrong there.
Dang it. Chica dance.
Okay, next we have the newest volume of Fist of the North Star. This is volume 4. Really awesome cover. These all are really amazing covers. Really a big fan of these. And they are hardcovers. This is the classic Fist of the North Star. There's really not much to be said about it. It's action shonen from like the 80s and really just sort of hardcore, cool. So if you're into that, if you want something that's super aggressive, super over the top, very gar of them, then this is the series for you to start, especially with only 4 of the English hardcovers out. I believe these are going to be 18 of these. So if you want to get started now before you get too far behind, okay?
Alright, this was another restock, Shortcake Cake. It is a shoujo series that I have been wanting to try, heard good things about it. Yeah, I like it. I like the way it looks.
Haven't tried it yet though, right?
I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, yeah, we'll still have to wait on that one.
Life's been a little busy, so I'm just waiting for summer to slow down and be able to get in and read some more of this
some manga
stuff.
read.
This year's just been crazy. You guys know. It's been a little crazy for us, but yeah, Shortcake Cake.
So 2 more additional volumes that are just sort of adding on to what we already have. The first is Karuru Kill Me Volume 2. This is another, not new release, but we did end up picking it up more recent. I think it came out like a month-ish ago. Yeah. And it was probably one of the first ones we picked up after our last haul. So this is a cool series about a young lady who is a mercenary, and essentially this doctor falls in love with her. He continues to hire the doctor to kill him, and because he's in love with her, she tries to kill him, and then he saves himself using doctor powers. Very, it's funny. It's a shonen. It runs on Shonen Jump Plus in Japan, so it is 7 Seas printed here in the U.S. So I don't think it's a ghost ship though. No, it's just regular 7 Seas, so it's not too dirty. I thought it was a really funny first volume. Wanted to get the second. The next is the very popular Doro Hiduro Volume 3. This is definitely. I feel like this is just a. We watched part of the anime, and it was okay. It was okay. We didn't finish it. It was okay. It definitely has some interesting concepts. Everyone tells me the manga is one of the best of all time. And I get it. I think that I understand it's definitely got a lot going on. This is a series that's very weird. If you've never read it before, we wanted to get the first 3 volumes. We're going to read all 3 of these volumes, decide if we want the rest. There's been a pretty massive reprint of this series that just happened, including, I believe, the final volume, which was out of stock for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so we're happy to add this one, Volume 3 of Doro Hiduro.
Next we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 15. Just working our way through this, There's really not much else to say. We're fans and we're collecting it. We got to meet Robbie Damon, who voices Fushiguro in Deb. We did. That was fun.
I just threw the print under the bed, or else I would have showed it to them.
It's okay. We'll move your head to the... Yeah. Wait. Where'd it go? Oh no, it's behind your chair. See that sticker?
Boom, signed.
Signed by Robbie Damon.
Yay!
And he gave me a free print, which was so nice.
Yes, it was awesome.
So nice of him.
And the print is definitely here. It's just under the bed.
And listen, guys, we have been pleading with him. We asked him to.
We begged
to tell his fellow cast members on Critical Role to get their butts back over here to Texas.
Yes.
Especially Laura Bailey and Travis Willingham. Come on, guys. I know you're from the area, so come back here and sign our Full Metal stuff and our Fruits Basket stuff, okay? Please. Come back. Come back home, please. Okay.
Take me home, Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, next. I want to show you guys 2 sort of series that I bought a couple volumes of that are gonna... You'll see. One's a brand new series that I bought all of it. Another one is just completing a couple volumes that we needed to get. So if you guys saw one of our recent hauls, I found a bunch of volumes of Dragon Ball Super at a local half-price books. I decided to go ahead and complete the set by grabbing the ones that were missing or the ones that were damaged. So that's Volume 5. Let me see if I can get a good, really cool cover on that one. Volume 6. And the newest volume, which is Volume 15. That was just to fill in the blanks. Everyone knows what Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super are. Yes, this latest volume is, I think, close to the conclusion of the Moro arc, which is exciting because I want to actually read that arc because I have only watched the Dragon Ball Super anime. So it's super cool to get some new content for Dragon Ball. The next series was something that had been biting at me for a while now. And it was a series that I continued to see, continued to really want, and I just finally pulled the trigger and proceeded to read like all of it, essentially. And it's amazing. This is Call of the Night. It is a Shonen Sunday title featuring this awesome character, Miss Nanakusa, something like that. Nazuna Nanakusa, that's how you say it.
I read all of it, I don't know.
No, it's like one of those, she's kind of got like a tongue
twister.
Essentially, it's a really interesting series about a young boy. He's a middle schooler, and he wanders around his city at night, and ends up sort of stumbling into what I would say, a nice vampire. And this nice vampire kind of takes him under her wing, and shows him around what nightlife is like, and you sort of meet other characters that are kind of wandering through life. The theme is definitely centered around this idea of, how do we find what's next or what matters in life? And the vampirism is sort of just the actual job that gets you there. So I really have enjoyed this. If you like slice of life with a little bit of action, this is the perfect type of series. There are a couple little overarching stories in these first couple volumes, and I like that about it. I like that it wasn't just one-offs every chapter. It was some overarching stuff, and the characters were trying to get somewhere. So if you want something like that, this is definitely the way to go, especially if you're into that shonen vibe. And so yeah, I picked up all 7 volumes that are currently released in English, and I'll get more when it comes out. It's a really fun series.
Next up, Blue Period volume 6. We finished the anime for this a couple weeks ago. This is another series that I double dip on, where I read it and then we watch the anime. And actually the end of the anime was ahead of the printing. So there are some chapters in here that are at the end of the anime, but then it picks up afterwards. So if you are looking for where it picks up, volume 6 is your answer. Has one of my favorite characters on there, Mori. She's such so cute. She's such a waifu, honestly. And the paintings she makes are beautiful. I love them. I love her.
I ship the lead in her, for sure. Total ship.
Oh, such a ship. Such a ship. Our camera's glitching. It's fine. It's fine. Moving on.
Okay, so this next series you've probably seen in a lot of people's hauls recently. You actually would have seen 2 volumes of it already in our previous hauls, which is that I bought volume 1 and the last volume 9 of this series. And so obviously this month, because they all restocked, I picked up the rest of Monster by Naoki Urasawa. I'm not going to show all of them, but this is 2 through 8 of those volumes. Yes, Monster is pretty much I would say like the pinnacle mystery manga. I don't know a better way to put it. This is considered one of the best manga of all time, and I feel like I needed to finally give it a shot. So I feel rude for having never tried it. It's one of those series that you hear about for years and years, and you always tell yourself, oh, I'm going to read that. Finally I have it physically, and I'm going to read it. So I'm excited to get into one of Urasawa's masterpieces. I've just started 20th Century Boys 2, which you guys have seen me pick up, and I'm really excited to try this one as well.
Another one that a lot of people have talked about that have really hyped up. I think the hype has finally died down just a little bit, but Solo Leveling, I went ahead and just went in on it. Volume 3 is on the way, just spoiler alert, but
I think 4 just came out.
And then 4 just came out.
Yeah.
If you don't know, this is a manhwa originally, which is a Korean webcomic, and it got published in the US starting last year, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
I would be surprised if you haven't heard about it.
Yeah,
honestly, because it's been very popular. A lot of people have talked about it. The printing quality is actually really nice, really impressive.
Full color.
Yeah, full color. So I'm excited to start this and try it. Kenny from Uncensored Anime Podcast, his brother, highly recommends it too.
Yes.
So we trust his taste for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. He's okay.
He's okay. We love you, Kenny.
So I'll get into a couple more half-price books finds, which I always think are interesting. One is that I legitimately just grabbed volume 7 of Yu Yu Hakusho for $4.99. This is one of those volumes that's been pretty deep out of stock, and I was missing it in my set. There's a couple different volumes that I'm missing still after this. I think it's like 5 more that I need. I think it's like volume 8, volume 10, and then the last 3 like 17, 18, 19. But cool to have 7 to add to the set. And then I also picked up, and this is probably going to be a big L. We don't know if we're going to keep these or what, but they were a good price, so why not? I've seen all the anime of this series, decided maybe it is time to finally start getting the manga. I don't know, but I grabbed volume 1 and volume 2 of Dead Man Wonderland. And these were both only $4.99 a volume, so I just grabbed them. $10 for 2 volumes. I was like, might as well. I know that the manga is pretty accurate to the anime at the beginning. It eventually deviates and has its own ending. The anime does, but the manga has its own ending as well. So I don't know. I do like the anime a lot, so I don't know. I grabbed them anyway.
Next one, Our Dreams at Dusk. It is, I think, has LGBTQ themes in it, and it's one I have been wanting to try as well. Also, I've heard good things about it. I also just love the printing job, the cover. It's so intricate and interesting because you can kind of see like the details of a town in the background, and it goes all the way around on the back too. Oh, yeah. So that's what also really attracted me. I totally judged a book by its cover, but I think the contents are going to be enjoyable too.
To combat waifu's amazing choices, I made terrible choices, which are Welcome to Succubus High, volumes 2 and 3. And again, I am going to avoid showing the cover on these because, Welcome to Succubus High. If you're 18 years or older, then you should maybe check this out. If you're not, the premise is incredibly juvenile. It's literally about a guy who transfers to a school full of succubus, and he's the only guy there. Volume 1 was great, so I grabbed 2 and 3. But genuinely, I'm not showing any of this. I mean, this one is probably the back of volume. Yeah, I guess that's the most tame, and that's still kind of pushing it. So, volume 2 and 3 of Welcome to Succubus High.
Oh, God. Oh, my lord. Okay, moving on. Run on Your New Legs.
So much more wholesome.
It's
So much
so
more
much-
wholesome.
Yeah.
So much more wholesome.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, newer manga just got published within the last couple weeks, I think, and I think I saw Laura pick this up and quite a few other people.
A lot of people that we watch.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a nice new take on a sports manga. So definitely excited to start this. It's also Yen Press, so you kind of you don't see a lot of sports manga outside of Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
So it's
Yen has-
overall just
Yen has
change
Yomushi
of-
Pedal too.
Yeah,
so.
Yomushi Pedal obviously, but can't really think of any other ones. If you know, just let us know. But off the top of our heads, no. But yeah, this seems like this is gonna be a good series, honestly.
Next, I'm just going to show off this one volume of Mysterious Girlfriend X. And for those of you that don't know this series, it is about a young man who is able to share the emotions of his friend there through her spit, which is sort of an interesting take on the it's more romance drama than it does have some comedy elements. Series I read when I was very young. I wanted to go ahead and start collecting these. They were, at the time that I bought this, a little harder to find except for 3 and 4, but legitimately, like today, as of this filming, volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, like all restocked on Right Stuff. So I'm going to actually be able to complete this series, which makes me happy, because those other ones were getting a little tough to find and a little expensive also. So I already have 3 and 4 now. I just need 1, 2, and 5 and 6.
We completed it.
Yay!
Orange 2. So actually, the solo leveling 1 and 2 in this I got on a buy 2 get 1 free sale at Movie Trading Company or Vintage Stock in some people's areas. Same company, different names. So I just decided to finish it, even though I haven't read it yet, which is bad. But I started reading it, funnily enough, on the Crunchyroll manga app, which I don't even think works anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. They only have a couple series on there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I did like what I read, so that's why I felt pretty committed to finishing it, because it's short enough where it's only 2 of these and then an after story. So, it's worth trying at least.
And we got pretty much all of them at some sort of discount, so that also helps.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've said this before, I don't know if I'm going to buy all of Mob Psycho, but here I am buying more Mob Psycho. I bought Volume 1 the other day, and I kind of randomly decided to pick up Volumes 2 and Volume 5. And you'll notice with Volume 5, I got it for $5.99 at half price, just like I got Volume 1. So, yeah, I'm mainly getting these all on a deal. If I can get them all on a deal, I might pick the whole setup. I think there's only 7 out right now, and then there's like 11 or 10 or 11 total. So I might end up picking it all up, especially because it's one of our favorite animes. We love the anime series for this, so we might end up picking up the whole series.
One of my favorites, Meizani Koku. Always got to pick up whatever's new. This is number 7. Oh, it's just so good. It's such a good rom-com series.
Yes.
I love it so much. And I saw that HVL.
Shout out HVL.
Has been reading it. I won't say her government name. HVL. I know she's been reading it and enjoying it too. So it's legit. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there's only gonna be a couple more of these too, like 10 or I think also like 10
it's
or
10.
11, something like that.
Yeah.
I keep getting it mixed up, Okay, we're getting deeper into the deep cuts of what happened in this manga haul. So one thing, if you guys have watched any of my videos before, I literally recently picked up a volume of Yugioh Gx because I was out and about. I'd picked up a couple volumes at Half Price Books before. I randomly was like, oh my gosh, I'm only 3 volumes away from having the whole series. Just so happens Right Stuff had the rest of the 3 I needed. So I just picked them all up off Right Stuff. So here they are, the last 3 volumes, 3, 8, and 9 to complete my set. I'm really curious. I haven't removed the plastic yet, but you can see there, this Right Stuff one says Wing Karibo level 9 TCG card inside. I'm really curious if the card is still in there. I don't know. Guys. What do you think? I'll have to pop open the plastic later. But yes, GX is sort of it is the most important one to my childhood. It's when I was mostly into playing the game. It's the series that followed the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously not by the original creator anymore at this point. It was the first sort of non-original creator spin-off to happen, and the anime is great. The manga is a lot of fun, and the cards from this generation are sort of the time that I played the most. So I thought I'd at least have GX for the shelf. I kind of want Season 0 too, which I might go back and get. I don't know. I have some nostalgia for that series as well. But I don't know if I'll ever get all of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like 30, 40, it's like a lot of volumes. But I don't know if I'll ever go back and double back on those. But if I did, I'd get the all black omnibuses, because I actually think they're pretty sweet.
Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon. Oh my gosh. Terrible edition.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There's so much to talk about. Oh my god.
We have a lot of manga here, guys. We're like maybe halfway through. So thank you guys for sticking through it. We're like maybe halfway through. We have a lot of volumes here today. So
I'm going crazy. Okay. Sailor Moon, Volume 4.
you don't have to say much. It's Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon, Volume 4.
Volume 4. There's 10 of these. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 5, 6, 7. This was 4. We need 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Some quick used manga knockouts. I picked up sci-fi series Terra for Mars, Volume 1. I am not super fond of the concept, mainly because of how potentially implicitly racist the cockroaches are in this series. But hell, for $6.99, I want to at least try it. I'm not sure, you know, I do like sci-fi, and I heard it's pretty absurd sci-fi-ness, so I don't know. Everyone who I know who's watched it actually says it's a lot of fun. And then we also picked up used, so again, $6.99 for that one. How can you pass that up? And then also the Planetes big boy omnibuses. We grabbed volume 2 of that because it was only $10 at half price books. So easy pickup. I love this manga. I love Planetes. It's one of my, I don't want to say it's like one of my favorites, but it's definitely up there for me. And I really enjoyed reading it. We have the Tokyo Pop editions. I've really wanted these because they're gorgeous. So I'm happy I finally got volume 2. I'll get volume 1 eventually. They're in solid print rotation, so I'm not worried about it, but happy to get it for a good price and a good deal.
Same author as Vinland Saga. Just saying. 2 of the newer Shonen Jump publications, Sakamoto Days and Kaiju number 8. We've got volume 1 here for Sakamoto Days.
You're going to see these in a lot of hauls too, guys. I'm sorry.
And then volume 2 of Kaiju number 8. Series that we have both enjoyed. For a time I was reading them as they came out. Stopped a little while back. But, you know, both of them are really enjoyable. Definitely recommend that you pick these up. But yeah, again, you've probably seen other people pick these up like frequently, which isn't surprising because they are really fun to read.
Really great new shonen series for sure. Now you're going to notice I'm slowly getting into the deeper cuts on my side here. I had a lot more of the deeper cuts. Waifu still has a lot of like standard stuff that she has to show. So there's still a lot of volumes over there that are just sort of like regular pickups, you know, standard right stuff, easy goes. I'm going to keep getting deeper into my deep cuts. So next deep cut. Wow. I don't even know if I want to show the spines on this one. Shoji Sato's Tri-Age, volumes 1, 2, and 3. I was able to pick these up from, I can show the back of this, from Half Price Books. They were each $6.99 a volume, which is a great deal for this series. These are slowly coming in and out of print. I think they're harder to find. It is by one of the 2 people who created High School of the Dead, which is one of my favorite sort of this brand of manga series. Action ecchi is what I would call it. Love High School of the Dead. Have always wanted to try Tri-Age X. I'm excited to finally try it. I am a little worried about getting some of those harder to find volumes, but we've seen a lot out there in the wild, so we'll see. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Tri-Age X.
All right, it's 2 more. Volume 21 of Dr. Stone. We are really getting up there on the Dr. Stones, and it is over. If you didn't know, I think I talked about this last time.
Yep.
The manga is over, and you know the anime is still going to come out, and you know the anime is not even.
Yeah, it's not even halfway.
It's not even halfway through yet.
Yeah.
So you know if you want to watch that, or if you want to read it as it's coming out, either do it. I mean, it's great. We love Dr. Stone. It's a great series. Definitely sad that it ended. I definitely felt like it ended just slightly prematurely. So, yeah.
Felt like Boichi might have been just ready to end it.
I think he was done.
Yeah.
I think he was done and he wanted to move on to another project.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad too. Oh well, we'll keep collecting it.
Yeah, we're going to finish it. It's still one of our great shonen.
Yeah. And then as per usual, we're getting the Shaman King bricks. This is 22, 23, and 24. In this one, and yeah, you know, we're not reading them. We read it all.
We both read the whole
in
series.
Different ways. Yeah, like two years ago.
If you didn't know, if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually read this all on Amazon's Reader. That's how we
Which
read
is actually,
most of it.
it's pretty nice. Although I would recommend reading it either on your computer or like an iPad or tablet or something.
For sure.
Because reading it on the phone, that's how we read it.
It
was a little hard to read it with that small of a screen, even though phones nowadays are pretty big. But, you know, it was an enjoyable way to read it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just doing this for collecting, and we like the spines.
Yeah, it's gonna look good on the shelf when it's all done.
Yeah.
Continuing down the nasty rabbit hole, here's volumes 8, 9, and 15 of Battle Vixens. They only printed 15 volumes of this series in America through Tokyo Pop. There is just a couple more that I need. I think I now have 1 through 9 and 15. I think I ordered a couple more on a Right Stuff order coming in soon. So I think I'm down to like 3 or 4 volumes to have the whole set of this. It's just one of those classic. It's ecchi, but it's also got martial arts. It's ecchi martial arts. That's what literally Battle Vixens is. If you want ecchi martial arts, this is the way to go. I picked most of these up at half price books for like way below price, $4.99, $6.49, stuff like that. Just want to get the whole set for low value because it's one of those ones that sort of, started the nasty man in me. That's one of those old school ones. So Battle Vixens, 3 more volumes of that.
Prince Freya, Volume 6. I feel like I've been waiting forever for this to come out.
Heck?
I don't know what happened. I thought maybe the series even got canceled. I don't even know. But yeah, there we go. Volume 6. That's looking real shoujo, but
real shoujo.
what can you expect?
Shoujo
it's
app,
shoujo
dog.
beat. So there's that. And then Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 13. I love this cover. I think it's so cute. I just read Zero the other day, so I've definitely been missing the main series. This one's really getting up there with the numbers too, in Japan and here in the US. So it's going to be interesting to see how long this one ends up being. Yeah. But I mean, I haven't gotten bored of it yet. So right. Excited to keep reading that.
Change up from my nasty man side, and we're going to do another older Tokyo Pop print that I found most of in the wild. I actually just found Volume 1 in another haul, and then this is Volumes 2, 3, and 4 of S. Cryed, which I got all of them for $4.99 each, which is awesome. I do believe Volume 5 is the hardest one to get, so I might struggle a little bit, but that's the finale of the series. S. Cryed is a very cool sort of action, sci-fi, shonen, really cool anime series from back in the day that used to come on Adult Swim. That's the other reason I picked it up. Wanted to kind of see what the manga was all about. My brain thinks that the anime might have even been an anime original, and this is a manga based off of that anime original. Oh. Someone can correct me, but I think that's what this is.
I didn't know that.
I don't think it was the other way around. So that means that sometimes with these manga versions or anime originals, they're not exactly the best, but I've actually heard some pretty cool stuff about this, and the artwork looks particularly awesome in this version. So Tokyo Pop. At least this is Tokyo Pop from before they had that nasty red thing on the spine. So like this is like their old more I don't know. I like this version of Tokyo Pop spine so much better. Yeah. So I think the S. Cryed ones look really good, or Scryed, whatever you call it, S. Cryed. So volumes 2, 3, and 4 of that.
These are some half-price books pickups. This one is the time that I got reincarnated as a slime.
Whoever slime fans out there, get in the comments, give us a hype. Yeah. I know y'all love this series.
I've always heard good things about it.
Y'all be hyping it up.
I know it's the manga, and I kept saying too that let's just watch the anime, but who has time for anime anymore? Honestly? Yeah, literally. I feel like it's
manga supremacy.
It's faster to read the manga. Like I don't know what to say.
That's all we do. We just read manga.
Years ago, I read all of Naruto in like 2 weeks.
And that's just the way it is.
And you can't do it with the anime.
It is. Things will never be the same. Hopefully you don't get a copyright strike for that one.
Gosh. And then Rand in the Grey World. This was a series that I had been kind of on the edge with it, whether or not I would continue getting it. This is 2 and 3, and we already have 1 in our collection currently. But again, I found it at half price, $7.50 for each volume. And I do really like the art by the author. The story was a little confusing for me, but maybe if I keep reading more, it'll start making sense. I'm not sure, but that is kind of just how this author writes. And I've read a couple other things like the North by Northwest series. That author does get a little bit more ambiguous, so I guess it makes sense that maybe not everything is clear all the time. But I mean, these covers are freaking gorgeous, so it's hard to pass up on these. And if I end up really not liking it after reading these next 2, then look out for a sale. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get rid of them.
I'll get rid of them eventually.
And deeper down the rabbit hole I fall First off, I finished kind of a strange series that you don't see in a lot of people's collections, and that's Colosseum. I got volumes 5 and volume 6 to complete the set. I actually grabbed these off of Right Stuff, sort of threw them in as extra filler on an order because I already had 1 through 4. How do I explain this series? It's got martial arts and a lot of weird references to real life people and historical figures. And yeah, like Putin's in there and Hulk Hogan. There's like a lot of strange stuff
Hillary
going.
Clinton.
People, to fight you like have to throw people against the ground. That's the only way you can hurt people in this world because they all have these like implants that make them like invincible to weapons. It's very strange. It's one of those just weird deep cut sort of mangas that only a couple, I don't see a lot of people who stick with it because it's actually not considered very great. But I found it really fun, so I wanted to finish it up.
It's kind of like Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah, think Record of Ragnarok, but historical figures. I also grabbed, and this was a half price books find as opposed to a different one, but I grabbed Judge 1 and 2. These are mostly in stock still places, but they were half price books, so I grabbed them. There are 5 of these. I know some of them are a little harder to find, and these are actually not even in the best of condition, but I still was like, I want to grab it. I have Doubt, the complete series. Wanted to grab Judge. I've read part of this, I think, when I was younger. I remember reading parts of Doubt or Judge or both. Maybe I read them both. I can't even remember. It's sort of a, what is the word? Not like a horror, but like a suspense thriller series. Sort of in the same vein of like, the amazing video game Among Us. It's like Among Us, but a manga.
Among Us.
So if you want to check that out, I think 1 and 2 are actually still pretty easy to find, but I was happy to get them for half price.
Speaking of Record of Ragnarok, we got volume 2 here. Got is it Zeus and Adam?
Yeah.
Is that who?
Yeah.
It is. That's hilarious. Zeus is looking swole af.
Record of Ragnarok's dope as hell.
It's fun.
It's
Yeah,
dope as hell.
It's fun. And then Kageki Shoujo Volume 5. I've been collecting this and reading it and really loving it. So couldn't recommend this more.
All you theater kids out there, grab you Kageki Shoujo.
Yes.
And all you ancient Greek gods out there, grab Record of Ragnarok.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And deeper down the rabbit hole we fall, I have found more weird stuff out and about that I want to share with you all. Found the first 2 volumes of Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, as you can see here. Half-price books, $5.49 a piece. And there's the covers. I know this series, and I only know it because there was an anime that came out quite a while ago when I was younger that I remember watching bits and pieces of. My brain wanted to try it for real this time. So when I saw these for a low price, I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I picked up volumes 1 and 2. I'm not really sure how hard the rest of the series is to get. Maybe it's easy to get. I don't know. I'm not even sure how long it is. But I, was like, I'll try the first 2 volumes, see if maybe it recoups some memory from when I watched it as a kid. So we'll see what happens there. But I also grabbed, maybe you saw, I picked up Extravaganza Volume 1 at a half-price books. And lucky me, I found Extravaganzas Volume 2 and 3 for $9.99 each at half-price books. This now completes this series. It looks awesome. It's got ecchi medieval fantasy. I only read like the first couple chapters of Volume 1 so far. There's sort of this really cool, very, I would say she's waifu bait material main character who sort of wears this iron mask, but she's also like a princess and a badass. So those are pretty much things that I love. So I was like, I gotta at least try it. If I don't like it, I'll sell the whole set together. But I'm actually I'm definitely very interested, and that's why I grabbed it.
Okay, this is an interesting pickup that I found at Half Price Books. It's Ludwig II, 1 and 2.
Down the rabbit hole, y'all.
Down the rabbit hole.
The half-price rabbit hole. When you see cool stuff, you go for it.
You go for it, and it it looks like some BL, some boy love, and it's the publisher's June manga, which is a BL publisher. It's just not like not like Sublime, which is now probably the main publisher of BL stuff. But it looked kind of like a historical drama romance, which is very interesting to me. I like Bridgerton from time to time, so that's what it kind of makes me think of, is those Bridgerton vibes, but BL.
Okay, let's talk about some old school shonen. So the first one that I want to talk about is Hiding Closer, an old Shonen Sunday series. I picked up the entire thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These were not half price, sadly. They were full price, full retail price, which is I think $9.99. I don't think this thing's even like out of print at all. Like, I saw that a bunch of volumes are still in stock on Right Stuff. It is a little older, but the reason I picked this up is because it is one of the first, I think the first series by the author Haro Aso, who went on to do Zom 100 and Alice in Borderland. I decided to just grab the whole set, read it, binge it, and then go from there. It's a little bit more shonen-y, so that's the one thing I would warn everyone about. You know, his series has progressively gotten a little more seinen, is what I would say. This is a little more traditional shonen. Ran in Shonen Sunday. Definitely try it if you want. I don't think it's super hard to get your hands on a full set for about retail price. So I'm happy to have the retail price set in my collection. Additionally, I picked up another weird old shonen, Firefighter, Daigo of the Company M. And this is an interesting pickup because this is what it's labeled as the Special Collector's Edition. What's interesting about this Volume 1 is that this is sort of in the old Viz style, is what I would call it. Can't really show the spine too well. It's the old Viz style, and I saw it for $8 at Half Price Books. And this older, sort of like larger print run version that eventually became Viz Sigs. It's kind of weird, but the rest of this series is only printed in the smaller standard $9.99 format. So if I wanted to get the rest, and I hate to say it, it's like kind of hard to get. I did some searching for some full sets. It's not, there are sets listed, but it's still a little tough to really pull all together. And I don't know if Volume 1 was good enough for me to go for it just yet. I might read a little bit more online, is what I might do before I try to buy more of the physicals. I liked Volume 1. It is a really cool protagonist, and I think the setup of a firefighter, a legitimate firefighter, this is not some Fire Force shit, this is a legitimate human firefighter, and him dealing with the struggles of that. And he, I guess, sadly similar to people in his family died from a fire. Yeah, I was like, yeah, how I think it. Yes. Yeah. So there's some tropey stuff going on that kind of comes with the territory of old shonen manga. But I definitely want to tell you guys about this one because it's definitely an older, unique find. There might be someone out there that's looking for something sort of in this theme or this zone. It's kind of about dealing with trauma and overcoming adversity in the face of being like an actual professional firefighter. It turns firefighters, which are the heroes of real life, into real life heroes. So that's pretty cool. So those are two old shonen mangas that I picked up this month.
This series isn't rare. You're lying, April. But if you look closely, this is a variant cover of Volume 1. It's actually from a Loot Crate exclusive. Again, another half-price find. Pretty typical for us nowadays.
Yeah. If you guys can't tell, we are the half-price hunters. Zoom in on my face, smash zoom, half-price hunters. We find all the shit at good deals, great prices, and it's all weird and you know, what?
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, definitely had to pick this up and get this cool cover. And it's something that we wanted to start for a while too, manga and anime. So really cool to get the variant cover. It's really, really pretty. Mostly
still in print too, so
yeah,
should be easy enough to maybe get the rest if we decide to go with it.
I'm
going to knock out a bunch of single volumes that I found at Half Price Books. This is what I'm going to call the single volume roundup with Jerry. Just knock out a couple awesome Half Price Books finds. So first, Ultimo, Volume 3. Really awesome. I've been wanting to finish the series. I'm probably never going to get it. But when you get it for $4.99, how can you let that pass it up? You might have noticed in an older haul, I picked one up for $20. I ended up returning that one because I found the $5 one literally like the next day. So I returned the $20 one and bought the $5 one instead. Pretty awesome. Additionally, I found Jaco, the Galactic Patrolman for $9.99. Pretty tough Akira Toriyama single volume that they published. Not super easy to find. I don't know if it goes for huge prices or anything. Not super easy to find. It's about Jaco before Jaco was in Dragon Ball Super. So that's pretty cool. Additionally, I found another one of these like large print Dragon Ball volumes. I finally did my research on these. I believe they printed the first 10 volumes of Dragon Ball and the first 10 volumes of Dragon Ball Z at this size. So you can get a 20 volume set, which sadly does not connect all the way through because Dragon Ball 11, 12, 13, 14, which would go in between the two, was not published at this size. So you can only get the first 10 of Dragon Ball and the first 10 of Z. They were being published simultaneously in this larger format. So I'm trying to kind of pick them all up. I think at this point of the 20, I have like 6 or something. I don't know if I want to get them all, but I want to find them all for like good prices, you know, like $6.49. You know, I want to get them all at low prices. But yeah. Also randomly picked up Trigun the Maximum Volume 3 for $3.99. Could not pass that up. I have Volume 1 and I have Omnibus 1 of Trigun Maximum. Now I have Volume 3, which is awkwardly also still in Omnibus 1. Whatever. I want to get the whole series in its original print run. I'd either like the singles or the omnibuses. I don't really care. But still cool. I want to add it to my set for now. and this is probably maybe my favorite pickup of the whole video, is that I found Crown Shin-chan Volume 1 in the CMX prints. And here's the deal about Shin-chan. It's been printed by three different publishers. And each time the series continues to get canceled long before they get to the end, which is like 50 plus volumes. And the third printing of them is one that I really want to get my hands on, which is the omnibus editions that they did of 1, 2, and 3 by One Piece Books. And I think it contains the first 12 volumes. The CMX run had 11 volumes in it that were printed in these single editions. As you can see, the single editions of Shin-chan are quite thin. So there's not really, like compared to a regular volume, they're pretty thin. So those omnibuses are not huge or anything. When you put them all three in one, they look almost like a standard volume. I would love to get that set of them. Here's the deal with Shin-chan. They're weird and people don't list them a lot. They're hard to find. All three print. The One Piece Books print run is very difficult to find. CMX one's a little bit easier to find. I think there's only like one listing on eBay right now at all for the newest printing of it, which is the wait, I got it mixed up. The One Piece Books one's the newest one. The older one is called I can't remember the printing company. Whatever. It's harder to find the oldest printing. A little easier to find the middle printing. The latest printing is also pretty hard to find. So, really excited to add Crown Shin-chan Volume 1, though, because maybe I'll get the rest of it. I love Shin-chan. It's about a juvenile, funny, small child, which is just hilarious.
I always do this. I have manga at my feet, and I keep forgetting that they're down there. So, before we go down the rabbit hole more, here is Berserk.
Berk,
number 10, Deluxe Edition. This one actually has the tribute to Mira in the back. It says, I'll just kind of, oh no. It says, that he passed away and, that it's sad and we're gonna really miss him and it sucks.
Obviously.
So,
shout out to the GOAT, Kentaro Miura.
Oh yeah, that he died unexpectedly in 2021 at 54, and that everybody is mourning his loss. And
yes.
Yeah, so this is the first one that they start publishing that in. So it's sad, but
yeah.
I read 8, 9, and this a couple weeks ago just because I was feeling it. I needed some Mira in my life again.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just waiting for the next one so I can keep reading. And it kind of ended on like a cliffhanger. So I'm just like...
Right.
And then now this whole series is going to be on a cliffhanger.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Don't worry, we're getting more Berserk this year. We get 11 and 12 of the big ones by the end of the year. So good stuff. Deeper down the rabbit hole we fall. I found the DMP printings, Digital Manga Publishing printings of Vampire Hunter D volumes 1, 2, and 3. It's told by a super fan of the series that these are definitely the weakest of the adaptations. Ugh. That this manga version is sort of the weakest version of Vampire Hunter D, that you should really read the novels, watch the anime, etc., etc. But essentially each of these adapts a different novel of the original Vampire Hunter D novels. I do love that they have like colored page outlines on them.
Cool.
They also, I think they have dust jackets. No, they have like these fake dust jackets, where it like looks like one, but it's not an actual dust jacket. Yeah. But I found all of these for, below retail. These were $6.49 each at Half Price Books, and this one was $5.99. There's only 5 total, and I think 4 and 5, I don't know if they're harder to find or what, but I think they might be a little bit more difficult to find. But I'm excited to try them. I think the art looks really beautiful, and I've always wanted to... I remember watching the film, one of the films, from when I was a kid, and thinking the series was really dope as hell. It's kind of, the word I want to use, like post-apocalyptic, partially sci-fi vampires. There's like a lot going on in the novels. The novels are considered classics. There's a ton of them, ton of the novels. But the cool part is definitely having these DMP prints of this manga. So I'll try to get 4 and 5 and complete the set. We'll see in the future. So hopefully I'm able to get that in the future.
These are so hard to handle.
Oh, I'm leaving this in. Here we go.
10 through 14 of Inuyasha. This picks.
Everyone give Waifu some round of applause for putting those up there.
I'm weak.
They're Viz big.
I have baby arms.
We're getting to that point in the hall where things are getting loco.
We're almost at an hour.
Here is volumes 10 through 14. Waifu has actually read. You read up through 9, right?
8.
8. So you're almost caught up here. Wanted to buy a couple more to help get the series complete. I think we have 15 on the way as well, maybe in a later haul. But 16 is the one that's hard to find right now. So she might stall out there until it reprints. But we're going to get the rest of the series. We're getting close to the end. I think there's only 18 total.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, weird-ass pickup. Sorry. School Live by Yen Press. This is one of those weird zombie mangas that I've wanted to read, and I keep putting it off. Finally saw these at half-price books for $6.49 a pop, and I picked up 3 volumes of it. Sadly, you guys are going to be disappointed in me. It's volumes 2, 4, and 5. So I need to get 1 and 3 to be able to read the first 5. I know that there was a pretty good, solid reprint of most of the series earlier. It was either earlier this year or late last year. So I don't think it's too hard to pick up most of these. And a lot of them are even available from primary retailers. So I'll probably fill in 1 and 3, read the first 5, and then decide if I want to get 6 through 12, which is the complete series. But I know it's like a zombie slice of life apocalypse. There's a lot of weird elements that got blended to make this series. And sorry if I just spoiled it for you, because I know that some people really say that that's part of the fun is reading that, but I spoiled it for myself, so haha, spoiled it for you guys too, so gonna read these soon now that I have them.
Oh, this is Jerry's evil arc.
Yeah, the villain arc, we're an hour in, it's the villain arc, baby.
Ew. This is the Alyssa loses her mind arc.
Why have we shown the manga?
This is Air Year Volume 1. This is another series that our friend Tibby has been collecting, and I saw this really nice copy of Volume 1 at half price. So I was like, I might as well pick it up. Price. It's real nice. Look at that $5 for this volume. I wish all manga was $5 a piece, honestly. But yeah, rollerblading. Yeah. Shonen.
It's shonen action ecchi. With rollerblading drama, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I've seen the whole anime. It's a very classic series. Unfortunately, the manga's 30-something volumes, and most of them are really tough to get.
I really don't plan on, just like with Yomushi Pedal, I know I'm not going to get that whole series. Yeah. I just wanted it for the collection and to try it. Yeah. Honestly.
And if she ends up loving it, then my ass is going to be on eBay trying to find the rest of it. That's it.
Good husband.
Going down the rabbit hole of Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of manga. If you've seen some other videos, I picked up 1 and 5 of Blackjack, which is one of my favorite Osamu Tezuka stories, and I was able to grab 2 and 3. These covers are really sort of unique, I guess is the word I would use. It's kind of hard to tell what the series even is by look. I couldn't think of a better word. They're just unique, but the rest of the series is almost impossible to find from this vertical print. Yeah. I think 1, 2, and 3 have stayed in print run, but 4 through 12 or whatever it was have not. And I'm not sure if they're coming back. I have no idea. But I have 5, which is cool because it's sort of an out-of-print one or whatever. But getting 4 to connect the dots would be tough. But at least I have 1, 2, 3, and 5. I do think that these are kind of printed out of order anyway. So the stories are pretty episodic. So I could just read 5 anyway and then pick up from there. But it's about a doctor. That's kind of the basic. Imagine House, but a manga with some darker tones and elements. That's sort of the idea behind Blackjack. The deepest of all deep cuts, the manga you've all been waiting for.
I don't know why I put it in that stack.
It got deep in the stack, yo.
This is easy to find.
Ass Class,
Assassination Classroom. We actually tried to watch the anime for this a long time
Yeah, we saw
ago,
most of the first season.
But, it's just one of those things that we dropped. But, I think the manga will enjoy a lot.
More.
And you can't pass it up for the half price.
$4.99.
The half price.
Here's the thing with this, though. I did grab it for half price. But I do understand that there's a box set, and that's really the better way to get the series.
We did talk about that.
We may go back and grab the box set, especially if we read these 2 and we're like, yes, we are reinvigorated on this series. We'll grab the box set, sell the extra 2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Ass Class. Okay, we're getting deep. I got one more for you. This one, some of you may have actually seen it on other haul videos from other people. It is actually kind of popular. But I do think it's a little bit stranger. I think there's only 5 volumes, if I'm remembering correctly. But I picked up volume 1 and 2 of Basilisk. And here's the deal. I know that these are a little tougher to find. And it's because they're originally printed by Old Del Rey. Which, that means they're pretty deep out of print because the company's defunct. Mm-hmm. And so for $6.99 a piece, I just was like, let me give it a go. I may have to buy a full set to even get the rest of them for a good deal. I think a lot of the singles sell for a little bit up above price, which makes this it was a tough sell, but I want to try it because it's one of those ones that's talked about in the community. I've seen it in some people's collections, and I know that it's at least worth a little go. It's called the Kogan Ninja Scrolls, sort of an action seinen. I think it's a seinen. Someone might correct me in the comments, but I believe it's a seinen manga. But in that deep, mature content zone when it comes to sort of dark samurai stories. So, Basilisk, I guess ninja stories, not samurai, my bad. But Basilisk Volume 1 and 2.
Okay, another half-price find, Blood Plus.
Look how dope that is.
Older series that maybe you're familiar with. Dark Horse printed it. Another one that's probably going to be hard to find if we wanted to collect the rest of it, and we accept that fact.
Yes, we've accepted it. We own it.
We own it. But, again, it's kind of like, something that's maybe a little bit more rare. It is a little beat up on the spine, kind of like on the edges here towards the bottom, where some of that black ink has just kind of rubbed off from years of use and reading. But, definitely just a classic series that's going to be nice to have in the collection.
And you guys know, I definitely am saving the best for last. That's what I do. So I have two pickups that I'm going to do. I'll do one, and then I'll let Waifu do her last pickup, and then I will show you the last one. But the second to last one is this amazing series known as Saturn Apartments, an old Viz Signature publication that came out. This is volumes 2 through... wow, these are way out of order. This is volumes 2 through 7. That means we're missing volume 1 to have a complete set. And here's the issue with these volumes. Yes, we have to show you guys this. They all, unfortunately, have Dallas Public Library printed and stamped on the top, which is kind of unfortunate. I might play around with the kind of yellow one, try the sandpaper method and see if I can take that off, but I'm not sure. They also all do have some library stickers still hanging out on them as well. But here's what you guys are going to be surprised about, is we got all of these for $6.49 a volume. Every single one we got for $6.49, which means we essentially got the full set for about half of its price. And volume 1's not super difficult to find right now. We need to go ahead and get it ordered before it is tough to find. So excited to add this one. No, neither of us have read it. We just know of the series and have always heard good things, so we want to read it. And it's cool, even though it's library copies, it's cool to have the set essentially fully complete almost, and to be able to try it. I know that it kind of has sort of that, I believe it's somewhere in that sci-fi slice of life zone, which I like sci-fi a lot, especially in the manga format. And anytime that we can kind of play with that and play in that zone, I know I'm going to enjoy it. And if we don't, we can give it to someone or sell it or whatever it might be. I know this is a pretty coveted set. So excited to add Saturn Apartments to our collection. All right, Waifu's last pickup.
Last for me.
Wow.
I mean, he really picked it up. But
I did.
I did get the first three maybe 2 hauls ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
A couple hauls ago.
You can go back and watch it, whatever. But this is the Knights of Sidonia singles.
Yes.
They're all nice and wrapped. That's just how they were at the comic book store that he found these at. It's 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So pretty cool, honestly. Another series that I have always been interested in. It's a Tsutomu Nihei, which you might know from Blam.
Yeah, Blam, Opossums.
Yeah.
There's other series. He's pretty well known for his architecture designs, because that's what he was doing before manga.
Yes.
And I think that kind of makes him a very unique, but a lot of sci-fi stories.
Yeah, dark sci-fi horror type of stories.
So yes.
So, excited to add these as well.
Yeah, and these were really cool. Local comic shop had them marked at a whopping $6.50 a single, which is really great, because these originally ran $13 a piece. So it's cool to get them all, now most of it, the series, at a reduced price. Yeah. I think we're only missing a couple of volumes. I think maybe there's 15 of these singles, so yes. The final manga of this massive haul. Guys, don't be disappointed in me. After our last video, I think 2 videos ago maybe, or last video,
I don't remember.
I picked up volume 1 and 2 of GTO The Early Years, because I found a large set of them at half price. I did realize later that these actually were being sold originally, I think for only $9.99 a volume, which is crazy because they are 2-in-1s. And so that's weird. But I decided to go back. Mainly because the next day, after I left some volumes behind, I ended up finding crazily enough, another high price, GTO The Early Years Shonen Junaigumi Volume 3, and it was only $6.49. Well below the price they'd advertised at the original one. So I grabbed Volume 3. And then I went back to the other half price just to see if they were still there. And much to my surprise, they still had 4, 5, 7, and 8 of the early years. So I was able to justify in my mind grabbing 4 and 5 as well. I have no idea if I'm going to like this series, but I did grab 4 and 5. I just could not justify grabbing 7 and 8 just yet because Half Price Books had them both marked at a whopping $75 a volume. And I'm going to go ahead and admit some defeat here. Volumes 4 and 5 were $30 and $20 each. So above, double and triple the original retail price, because I believe they were only $9.99, I think, when they originally came out. Obviously, you're not going to get them for $9.99 anymore. These are very deep out of print, as Tokyo Pop just doesn't have a license anymore, and Kodansha has not reprinted the series. So they're very tough to find. But yes, so I got 3, 4, and 5. I don't think the 7 and 8 are going anywhere anytime soon. If I ever do decide to go back and drop the $150 for 2 volumes, I might. I'm not sure. I know the series, I think, totaled 15, and I think 11 through 15 are a lot easier to find because Kodansha printed those, but 1 through 10 are the much harder to find volumes. So grabbing 7 and 8 for even for $75 each might actually be a good deal, is what I heard from many people in the comments of our last video. So on top of that, even though I did find these for 20 and 30, I actually had a 15% off coupon that I got from attending Half Price Books' tent sale. So these were 15% off of what you're seeing here. Someone do the math. I saved $1 or $2 on each of them, essentially. Not something insane or anything, but still a pretty good price, I think, for these early years GTO volumes. Now I can read 1 through 5 and really decide if it's something I want to invest in and try to get the rest of it, and then go for, you guys might know I have a couple of GTO, the traditional series. Maybe if I read all this and I'm in love with it, I might have to buckle up, drop some big dollar bills, and grab the rest of the physical series. And with that, that's it. This has got to be the longest haul we've ever done. No idea how many volumes this was. You guys will know because you clicked on the title and saw how many volumes it was. And yeah, this was a lot. And we did not have any intention of having this much over the last month or so, but we did. And we just we have to do a haul because there's just so much manga. I hope you guys enjoyed all of that. I hope you at least enjoyed. One thing that we definitely pride ourselves on is trying to find some of those different older, maybe some series you've never heard of. Hopefully, there was a series in this haul that you had never heard of. And if so, and you made it this far, drop down in the comments. Tell us the one that you've never heard of that you actually might be interested in picking up. I would love to hear from you guys, like one that maybe you've never heard of, but based on our recommendation or us grabbing it, you might go check it out as well. I would love to hear that from any of you that have never heard of some of these series that are a little bit of those deeper cuts, half-price books hauls. We're going to try to keep hunting half-price books because we definitely noticed that as people, it seems like right around this time every year, people are cleaning out their closets and you start finding some really weird deals at half-price books. So it has been our go-to lately to find some fun old stuff because most of the in-stock stuff you can pretty much get anywhere. Right Stuff, Barnes & Noble, wherever you might be. A lot of in-stock new stuff is easy to get, and we do like to haul those still because we're reading a lot of them, but always cool to find this older stuff. So thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been another episode of My Waifu and Me. Keep reading manga, keep loving manga, keep collecting manga. This has been My Waifu and Me, and we're saying peace. My side hurts, my body hurts.
My mind hurts.
We had so much manga.
My mind hurts.